What's up, Ravens? My name is Alex Pauli. I'm here at Apex Climbing Gym in Overland Park, Kansas. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
People have been climbing rocks for thousands of years, but sport climbing in indoor gyms first began in the 1980s. Recently, those gyms have exploded in popularity, and this remains true in Kansas City. Today, I got the privilege to sit down with two very talented rock climbers from here at Olathe Northwest, Peter Mayfield and Colin Wilcox, to discuss why they climb.
I think it was just like a fun way to be in shape. You are getting a workout, but you don't realize it until your hands are covered in blisters and your forearms don't work really.
When I'm off the wall, my favorite part about climbing is the community. I love the amount of people that are like into climbing here, and like at Apex there's a really tight community. That's one appeal to me, is that I can find more people that are similar to me while I'm climbing.
With many different shapes and sizes of rocks, there's no one correct way to always scale the wall. Rock climbing contains a wide variety of different moves and techniques that climbers can utilize in order to top out.
I really like technical climbing, where you have to get like really precise footwork and nothing like really dynamic. I don't really like jumping a lot. I like staying like static. Slower movements are more interesting to me than fast ones.
I really like dynos. I'm not good at them. I'll give a project like max 20 tries in one session. But to get around it, that's when like your actual training comes in. So training on the hangboard, on the cluster walls, practicing pull-ups and a bunch of other stuff, but also getting beta advice from other climbers as well helps.
Getting the beta, specific instruction on how to complete a climb, can be crucial for the route you're trying to send. Working with others and figuring out these steps can be a very rewarding experience.
Even though we're working individually, we like work out together as a team to like encourage each other, and like even though you're climbing the walls individually, you have your team with you to encourage you and just be there.
I asked each of the boys for one piece of advice for new climbers, as this sport is still growing and reaching new audiences all the time.
Don't be super aggressive on the wall. You know, take your time and learn the technique first, because strength can only get you so far.
Have fun. Just enjoy yourself. Yeah, that's it.
Whether you've been climbing for your entire life or have never set foot in a gym, climbing is a super fun experience that anyone can enjoy. For ONW Now, this has been Alex Pauli.
The Essentially Ellington competition is a national festival put on by Jazz at Lincoln Center that reaches to all of the US and Canada. We were selected as one of the 15 finalists this year, which is the first time that our school has ever done that, and only the second time that a Kansas band has ever been selected.
Competitions are no strangers to our jazz band, but this one is particularly important, a special achievement for these musicians.
We typically compete against some from Missouri, a few from Oklahoma, and Arkansas, Nebraska, Iowa, but it's very regional at most of the events we go to. This is the first national, I guess with Canada, international event that our students have earned a commendation for.
We pick literature from Duke Ellington's library, and we try to recreate his music the most accurately we can. Olathe Northwest has auditioned 5 years in a row, and we've never made it, but each year our score has gotten better. And this was just the year, I guess, where we made it.
The band members are incredibly dedicated, putting in a ludicrous amount of time working on their music.
So for me, my only non-band classes are Japanese 2 and English. And
I'm in the same boat. My only are English and sign language. Everything else is music.
Senior year, dream come true, baby.
The band is thankful for those who played before them and is excited for what the future holds.
I think it sets the standard a little bit higher for the years to come, like I said before, our scores always like kept getting better, and we're just trying to build upon like what musicians before us kind of did at this school. And I think that's kind of like the idea with jazz band and jazz one especially.
Mr. Davis has done an amazing job with these students and has nothing but the highest praise for them and their work.
Couldn't be more proud of them. I have the best job in Olathe, hands down. These students are exceptional. Wish there was a better word for it, but they're absolutely exceptional and they have so much to be proud of, and I couldn't be more proud to know them and watch their work.
For Alex Pauli and ONW Now, this has been Logan Connor.
What happens when a global pandemic takes a dance team from competing on the highest stage in Orlando, Florida, to submitting a virtual performance recorded in their own empty high school gym? Well, today I got the privilege of sitting down with 3 incredibly talented senior dancers on our Raven dance team to talk about their experience with virtual nationals.
Recording our dances in front of a camera instead of a audience and judges was definitely different because it was silent, and it has just been weird to not be on a stage and all of that atmosphere with our parents cheering. So it was definitely just more of an odd feeling, and there wasn't as much support while we were performing.
Dancing wasn't the only thing that felt weird this year, as the vibes off the stage were pretty different as well.
We usually fly to Florida and are doing team bonding things the whole week and get to have roommates, which is really exciting, and stay with the other girls. And then we usually also go to Universal or Disney World, which is really fun. And this year we didn't get to do any of those things because we were in Kansas, so the Nationals atmosphere was just not quite the same.
Regardless of these new circumstances, this is a team hungry for more wins and trophies, and it shows with the amount of work that they put in.
We have 6:30 workouts so that we can build up our endurance for all of our dances so that we don't die at the end of them. And we also focus on the cleanliness of our dances and making sure that everyone is moving in the same positions and the same angles and everything so that they look good.
This team seriously puts in work, and it shows, but the girls know how to have fun with dance too.
So we have multiple traditions that we uphold no matter if we're in Florida or not. One of them is our pixie sticks. We go O, N, dub, and then we eat those right before to give us a little energy and a sugar rush, and that we just is kind of a superstition.
I think that one of my favorite memories from dance team is my nationals my sophomore year when we swept the competition, because it was really exciting to not only win 1 banner but 4, and that never happens. We made history doing that. So that was really cool.
It's no surprise that this team is competing for another national championship. Their submission is in, and now they're just waiting on the results with high hopes. For ONW Now, this has been Alex Pauli.
It means a lot to me. I'm definitely going to do it in college. Band just in general is a family.
For most students in the Olathe Northwest Marching Band, including trombonist Blake Gamber, it's more than just a title or another group to be a part of. It is who they are.
And I know for a fact that when I leave, I'll definitely be in touch with all these people. And when it's over, I'll come back and I'll still support the band even in college and stuff like that. It means a lot. And that every competition, every practice, all that, it has meaning to it.
This great bond is one that is built over a lot of time, through successes and hardships.
This season, we were consistent. We placed second every competition, which is nothing to be ashamed of. It's still really good because we competed against some really good bands this year. Especially with our last competition, we went from 6th place in prelims to 2nd place in finals. That was a big accomplishment. There was a lot of bands, a lot of good competition there.
Because first place seemed just out of reach this season, section leader Dylan Growney has a take on what he'd like to see next year.
A good show. I love our show this year, but I would love to see a show that all works together, because this show had very good first and second and third movement, and the fourth movement felt like a different genre. So it'd be a lot more fun to get everything connected and win a competition. I mean, second's nice, especially whenever we're getting really close to a lot of other bands that are up there and are really good, but to get that first to really take us into the next level. And I think we could take a more difficult, more fast-paced show as well. So that's my hopes.
No matter what, the band is pleased with the completed season, one full of music and marching.
Overall, I think we had a great show. I think we did the best that we could. I'm proud of what we did this season.
For ONW Now, this has been Alex Pauli. So I'm thinking.
Can I get a quarter inch, Caleb?
Yeah, quarter inch there. Joe, do you have a quarter inch there? Yeah. And then we'll just need, so you up to the right with the stage right, Caleb stage center. We'll just keep left and house
Can
off.
I get house lights down, please?
Down, or do you want them all the way up?
I'm thinking down because we have the LEDs on the back wall, and then the LEDs above stage to the house lights down to keep it darker.
Yeah, you just keep it down. Okay. I'll get the mics on. I'll make sure all the audios are correct. You guys are both
Oh,
you guys
guitar
are
picks. Guitar. I have one. I got you.
Okay, I got mine.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's tune up real quick.
You guys tune. I'll get the audio levels up so that you can actually hear each other when we're playing.
All right, cool.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
They do have time. They have a chance to make something happen here. We've seen that they can get the ball down the field. And we'll see if that Mason Sadler to Ryan Andrew combo is on display now, or if they will continue with this run game. Yeah, that right there is exactly what I was talking about. That's really what the Ravens were looking for. Mason Sadler to Andrew. We just haven't seen it all night, and that's a combination that has been pretty dominant and pretty good for the Ravens all season. Inches into the end zone. What do they do here, Blake? Do you give it to Brett and let him power it through?
I mean, you either give it to Brett or you give it to Sam, or just
one of the two.
You just gotta truck through him. That's what you gotta do. You're right there.
Man, we haven't passed at all, and man, I don't think we needed to.
A gust of wind
There
could
it is.
score this ball.
It is Brett. Is he over the line? The Ravens are signaling for it. Let's wait for the referees. They're jumping up and down. Did he get in? No signal yet. And they're gonna place up. That's on the line. That ball is on the line.
Forget inches. They are centimeters away from the goal. Wow. A gust of wind could score this right now. This is...
I had a science teacher tell me once that it's actually possible for atoms to align and for humans to run through a wall. It would never happen, but it's possible. I think that ball is through the end zone. I think the atoms did it. There is a flag on the field. Pass.
You know, eventually you'll be right.
I think I'm going to see it. I'm incorrect. It's a pitch outside left. He's got a lane.
He's going.
He's got a hole. 10.
All the way.
Touchdown. That is number 21 for the Ravens. Brady Robinson. Great score. Another touchdown. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Holy moly. What are we watching right now?
The NFL is what I'm thinking.
I think we have to. 2nd and 9. Ethan Raines under center. Motion in the backfield. It's a handoff once more, up the middle, and a great run there. Wow. Oh, he's still going. Breaking so many tackles. He's in to the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. That was number 5, Alex Gunderson.
I cannot believe this.
Oh my gosh. So many scorers for the Ravens tonight. That's at least the 4th touchdown made by a different Raven.
And that's it.
All right.
That's it.
Good stuff from the Olathe Northwest Ravens, winning this game 48-6. I mean, you cannot be happier.
They did it. They did it.
What's up, Ravens? Welcome to this Friday's bloody edition of Raven Roundup.
I get it, because the blood drive's today.
No, I was talking about that Myles Garrett fight.
Oh yeah, that was bad. We'll get to that in a second.
Also on our show today, we'll cover up some big moves in the NBA.
As well as the MLB MVPs.
I'm Blake Amber.
And I'm Alex Pauli. This is your Raven Roundup. A brutal fight took place very late in the game, during the last 10 seconds. A late tackle from Browns defensive end Myles Garrett saw Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph up in arms.
Both players got involved in a bit of a scruff, and it just kept escalating.
Blake, that's an understatement. Garrett ended up ripping Rudolph's helmet off by the face mask before swinging it back down, bashing the head of the QB on the way.
Rudolph's teammate Marquise Pouncey was having none of that and came in seconds after to defend his quarterback. Punches and kicks galore were thrown at Garrett.
Tensions were soon eased, but the damage had already been done. Browns tackle Larry Ogunjobi will miss 1 game with a suspension after his cheap shot on Rudolph. Pouncey is out for 3 games, and Myles Garrett, the 2017 #1 overall pick, is suspended indefinitely, at least for the rest of the season.
A real ugly show in Cleveland, and 3 players paid the price. That game ended 21-7, Browns on top.
I'm Katie Hughes.
And I'm Alex Pauli. This week on your favorite news show, we'll introduce you to our first Be Legendary segment. You don't want to miss this.
Let's throw it over to Holly and Alex for a recap on sports.
Thank you, Ethan. What is up, Ravens? Welcome to this week's edition of Game Day Northwest. I'm Alex Pauli.
And I'm Holly McCormick.
Ravens, what is going on? Woo, I'm excited. Welcome back to this week's edition of O&W Now. I'm JP Cardenas alongside the one and only Alex Pauli.
Man, more like the one and lonely. I am the only student in my Econ 7th hour.
Wait, are we on?
Yeah, I guess so. We aren't supposed to be.
Yeah, didn't Holly and Eva say that some new anchors were coming in or something like that? Oh, there are.
Are they? They're here. Like, do we have the clip? Roll it. Thank you to everyone who participated in this Spirit Week. And make sure we're all cheering on our boys in red this Sunday as they run it back.
Super Bowl kicks off at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Have fun watching and make those wise choices.
That's it for this week's edition of ONW Now. Make sure you follow us on all of our social medias at ONW Raven Daily, and make sure to check out our website too, theravendaily.com.
We have been your host, JP Cardenas.
And Alex Pauli. Ravens, have a great rest of your week.
Peace!
Welcome to Game Day Northwest. I'm the Pollinator alongside G-Dog. I cannot believe they just made us say that. Today we got girls basketball and boys basketball, state bowling, and state wrestling. Aloha, Ravens! Welcome to today's homecoming show. I'm Alex Pauli.
And I'm Logan Connor. We've got a lot to cover today, so let's get right into it.
Wait, I thought we covered sports on this show.
We do. Jake Paul got in the boxing ring on Saturday night against ex-UFC fighter Ben Askren and TKO'd him within 2 minutes of the first round.
Fans around the world are upset at how short this fight lasted. I don't know why they're complaining though. The fight sounds like it lasted one round too long. Around 1.5 million people bought $50 tickets to see an adult baby fighting an old man. I don't know what they expected.
Paul went on to say after the fight, "I'm just too powerful." What a guy.
All right, baseball, something cool. The Royals played last night against the Toronto Blue Jays, winning 2-0 and taking the series with 3 wins and 1 loss.
Yo, Christian, I think it's time to toss it to game day.
Let's toss it to game day.
Yo, I think they just tossed it to game day. What's going on, Ravens? I'm Alex Pauli alongside Josh Burton. We've had a packed week of sports so far, so let's get right into it. Boys, great job.
That's all we have for game day today. Now let's toss it back to Ethan and Christian.
This is not a sponsored video.